Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video, we're on episode 3 of What If Civilization Started Over. Before we get into it, please consider liking and turn on notifications, leave a comment, blah blah blah, all that good stuff, and let's get into this video. Last episode, we saw the war against the old and the new world. We saw expansion in the Mediterranean, and we saw the refounding of the old empire. If you think this week's will be W, please like and subscribe once again. It really helps out a ton. And yeah, let's get into this. First thing you're going to see is these people from the Teal Nation start to go through the Pyrenees Mountains, eventually starting to explore up into Aquitaine, as they're going to explore much of this region, as they're going to explore a lot of Gaul, as they will even start to explore Brittany, as they're going to get to Normandy, they're going to get to Calais and even Brussels before they start to head back. And we're just going to say all of this land got explored, and we're going to start to see all of France be explored by these SEAL team people. In Sicily, we're going to see a boat get blown off course, eventually landing in Africa. And this is the first time Africa has been discovered by these new people from the future. We're going to start to see them go down into these areas. They'll discover Malta. As across the Mediterranean, travel is going to become more and more well used. As we're even going to see them explore all of Anatolia, a official trade route between the new empire and the rest of the world will be made. As turning on the terrain map, we can see that they kind of control this little section, which is fertile. But, oh, we need to do that and turn off terrain since terrain sucks. We're really just want to continue to see them go more and more into this region, as it is not the best, but this area is more fertile than other regions, so they'll be able to explore this as they may start to expand. And yeah, let's just see what new areas will be claimed and if any new nations will be formed. And we're going to see two new nations form, which is going to be the kingdom or the oligarch of North France and the princedom of New Sardinia. This is a prince from Naples, and yeah, they kind of wanted to form their own nation, but kind of still be under their dad, so that's how they formed this little princedom. And yeah, and this is kind of what's going to happen. As we're next one to start to see, especially in these areas which are more of a plains area, are to be explored, as Germania is a woodland, but woodlands are easier to explore than the freaking Alps down here, as they're just going to continue to explore this, as they're going to get to the Baltic Sea before they want to stop. As down south, we're going to see them start to explore into Israel and even reach bits of Egypt, Syria, and Lebanon. As they're going to start to completely explore all of this. As down south, this Teal Nation is going to explore much of modern day Turkmenistan. As these things are just trying to fight for control over the world or over the new kingdom with guns and all that. As we're going to see the blue nation wanting to expand upward, so will the pink, as they're going to explore into the great European plain, as it is getting colder up here, so it's going to be harder, but still fairly easy to explore. Let's see the new land claims of all these nations. And the nations that are going to be expanding is the southern oligarchic nation of France, I guess, or Gaul. The princedom isn't expanding. We're going to see Israel form, the the new empires expand, we are going to see Caucasia start to expand along the Black Coast and into modern day Anatolia. Both of these two are going to expand, and we're going to see this place leave Montenegro. But, well, becoming a pretty powerful nation already, has a lot of internal issues. And so the nation's going to split into the three oligarchs, which now make up this place. We will see this one. Oh no. Oh no, that wasn't supposed to happen. Okay, that's better. We see this Hanover nation form, and oh no. Or these two nations right here. They're going to split off from the oligarchic French Republic, and France is going to split itself into three oligarchs once again. Who knows if France will last, as it is a pretty unstable nation. But people from Calais is going to start to actually try to go north as they feel like France or they feel like there's a lot more fertile land, which there will be, and it's actually going to be really big as they're going to get up to here before they will discover a new nation. And the nation that will be discovered is the Republic of Ireland. It survived the Great Alien Invasion, unlike the old empire, but also kind of like the Khanate that was a pink, but we kind of changed it to teal. They actually survived because because the rapid human evolution project worked. It also told them how to build a force field that surrounded about this, and eventually they repopulated Ireland. But though across the generations, much of the technology was lost, and now they're kind of similar, just maybe 200 years more powerful than the rest of the known world. But not really caring about this discovery, Clay is going to send people into England, which is going to be absolutely a successful mission until the French arrive. They're just, oh no, not rush, not rush. Until they're going to be like, whoa, we're just going to claim all this so you don't get to, ha 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 ha. And they are going to claim much of modern, or basically all of modern day England, maybe stretching into bits of Scotland. And Clay's like, oh no, you just didn't, as they are going to send a kind of a force into England using the Thames River and all that. They're going to do whoop. They're going to basically just be able to take the northern region of the nation, as Ireland is actually going to supply them, as they don't really like the French. No one does. And so they're going to actually be kicked back to about Cornwall, and let's look at the Treaty of Hanover. But they will still control this region. Let's go over to Egypt. And this is going to be from people in Canaan deciding to wander over here, and they're going to discover this very fertile area. And the explorers are like, this could change everything. We're no longer in a pretty mid, if not below average land. And so they're going to continue to go down this river. They're going to do, and then there's a fork in their path. And so they decide to continue going down like this, as they are living off the land and using tribes and all that, as they're finally going to end up in modern day Uganda, as they will have crossed the entire Nile River, which took about 14 years. And once they return, they will tell everything good about this land, which they will call New Crete. As they're going to just start to discover all of the land surrounding it, as they realize it is a perfect defensible region, as it has desert surrounded on all sides, so no raiders from the west can go in. And well, them trying to think of what would be a reasonable amount to claim, they decide that they're going to claim all of this as it's just very, very fertile, as this will start to make them have the biggest food surplus in the world, and their army will finally start the first war in this video, or probably the last. They're going to start to march through Caucasia, which has a food crisis, and so they're going to reach the Black Sea. As well, we're finally going to see them stop about here when their defensive army will start to kick in. But who cares about a defensive army in the south when you got a hostile army in the north from the red team? And eventually they're just going to sit down to a treaty, be like, okay, what do you want? In this is the treaty, Israel will just basically go more north, and that will happen. As the red team, or basically known as Crimea, will be just taking some fairly unimportant lands, and we're going to continue to see Canaan use their, or Israel, or whatever, use their superiority to claim all of this land. And I think we have time for one more event in the video. We're going to actually see the Eastern Mediterranean be discovered as Sicily, as southern Italy will start to discover more North Africa as they think it's an island. And lastly, finally, we're going to see this entire region be discovered as the entire Caspian Sea area, which probably should have been discovered for a long time, if not since the pink team or the teal team, whatever, the Central Asian continent. And this is where I'm going to leave this video off, blah blah blah. Please consider liking and subscribing, and we will see you guys in episode 4. Peace.